Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel and welcome to anyone who is new. In today's readings we are asking, okay, I'm also seeing this card for you. We are asking what is happening for you in June. Beautiful souls, if you are new to my channel, you're going to find a bit of a mix here of obviously tarot readings, but also a real sort of psychological aspect to the readings as well, as that's kind of where I come from. These three cards are to guide you in. So we have Angel of Happiness for reading 1. Okay, reading 2, we have Angel of Health. And reading 3, we have Angel of Remembrance. Okay, so those are the 3 cards that we've drawn, and I'm going to draw some charms and some runes as well for you guys if you would like that little bit of extra information. 1, 2, and 3. And we have, do you know, this is really interesting. I'm just going to let them fall as they come. So this is going to be with reading 2. Okay, it just felt really strongly that every charm in my hands was the ones to come through. So pile 1, reading 1, you have Angel of Happiness, you have the rune Othilla. This is the rune of separation, inheritance as well. You have the hand, the beautiful hand with spirals all over it. And you have this little cherub angel as well. Okay, reading 2, you have the blank rune, you have the owl, you have the lizard, and you have this beautiful wing. It's like an angel's wing, but with a rose on it as well. Okay. Okay, and reading 3, we have the Angel of Remembrance. We have the rune of Berkana, growth. We have the key with the skull here as well. Another skull here too, how interesting. And then we have a leaf as well. Okay, let me show those to you. Okay. So my beautiful souls, now I'm really hearing a really interesting message coming through. I need to voice it because this owl actually fell between both of these readings, and I'm hearing that we are to use it in both. So reading 1, you will have the cherub angel, the hand, and also the owl. This will be here, and also for reading 2, it will be positioned in reading 2 as well, just so you know. I'll stick it in the middle there, just for confirmation that it sits in both of these readings. Beautiful souls, I will leave the video running just for a few moments longer for anyone that needs a little bit of time. As always, the timestamps are in the description box below and the pinned comment as well for phone users. Tons and tons of love, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey pile 1, welcome. You have the Angel of Happiness, you have Othilla, the rune of inheritance, also of separation, suggesting that you have outgrown a situation and something really magical and good is coming to you. Let's draw some oracle cards and see what we are shown, and we'll dive straight into some tarot cards as well. I'm seeing these. Going to use this beautiful inner child pack for you today. May we have information for pile 1. What is happening in June, please, for pile 1? Okay, so we have the wolf and rosehip and the bee and pomegranate. Those are your first 2 cards. And then we have cleaning house and sacred pool. Okay, move that up a little bit. Then we have the Three of Swords. We have Cinderella. We have the Eight of Wands. Ooh, okay. Goodness me. What an interesting central card to have for you. Then we have the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Nine of Crystals. Okay, I can really see the flow of energy in your month. Beautiful Pile 1. Absolutely fascinating the way that something is coming in and arriving. Then you've got this sort of like midpoint where this fire is lit. We're seeing transformation, emergence, moving house again, from cleaning house, say moving house, moving on, transformation. But maybe that's just it, moving house. It literally feels as if something kind of shifts for you. We move from guardianship to productivity. There's a massive shift in the energy, my beautiful souls, for Pile 1. So my beautiful Pile 1, I do think for June as a month, I actually think you're going to be very busy, okay, but in an incredibly productive way. You're being called to have confidence. The Sacred Pool is a card that asks you to have confidence, to step forwards with self-belief. And I feel like it's almost as if you are in, I kind of want to say, preparation for something, okay? It's leading to happiness. It's like you're investing, you're creating, you're busy, you're working. The wolf and rosehip, guardianship. Wolves are about, they are part of a pack. Wolves operate as part of a team. They're very loyal. If you think of our beautiful dogs that come from the wolf and carry the wolf energy, they are really, really loyal. They are committed to their pack. I see you working at something. You're already working at it. This is not new. As you come into June, you are working at something. But what's really interesting is there's something that you're working at. And we'll draw some more cards, I think, around this, beautiful souls. But whatever it is that you are investing in, like this little cherub firing that arrow, there's a sense of determination here. Even having to potentially overcome some challenges, or there's a persistence. I feel like the very first part of June, you're working at something, and even though you're really committed to it, you're not necessarily seeing the immediate results. You may even be worrying about whether it will really come to fruition. Curiously enough, I think in June it actually does start to come to fruition. There's a turning point. There's a point at which you gain recognition, or whatever you've done, it comes together enough for you to begin to see that your work was worthwhile. I think you're actually going to be celebrating. You're going to see results. We've got this owl here. I also think you're not only going to see results, but you're going to be seen. Can you see here? Look in this card. The owl is sitting here. No wonder it came into your reading as well, Pile 1. It's literally sitting here observing the success of something, observing your progress, observing your productivity. The bee and pomegranate is a card of productivity, but success, of reward. Angel of happiness. I think there's a kind of a midpoint in June when you are really going to see something literally emerge. All of that groundwork, all of that housekeeping, all of the paying attention to the details, that commitment, the perseverance, the overcoming self-doubt, navigating your confidence, or sometimes the wobble and the lack of it. Suddenly it's going to be like, wow, look what I've achieved, look what I've got. And it's like, you can see we're heading to significant reward. This is the card of Christmas, 9 of Crystals. We're hanging the stockings over the fireplace. Some of you may genuinely see some really significant sort of 9 of Crystals, tangible financial rewards. But basically, I think you're going to get a result. You're going to see results. So whatever your loyalty, your commitment to something, seeing it through, you're going to have to persevere a bit. You'll wonder whether the success is coming. It's really interesting because the success is like right behind you. It's sitting just over your, just out of sight. We've got this kind of castle here. And, you know, it's like here you are within these 4 walls, or within maybe a circular tower, I don't know, but within these 4 walls, kind of persisting with something. Working really, really, really hard. Possibly not initially feeling that you're going to get the recognition that you deserve, but persevering nevertheless. There's a big message of perseverance for you. And then this magical turning point in the middle of the month where you get seen, you get recognized. If you guys, for example, were launching your own YouTube channel, it will be like you're not really seeing the results, you're persevering, you feel like you're working your socks off, and then suddenly kind of something happens to launch you into a place where you're seen. It would be like a celebrity suddenly spotting the thing that you're promoting and going, wow, this is amazing, and it goes viral. It's suddenly seen and poof, off it goes. And you get real tangible results. I do think right at the beginning you might have a little bit of a wobble. From time to time, Sacred Pool is really, it's like your spirit team are really encouraging you to it's like have faith, trust, believe in yourself, immerse yourself in the experience of your project, the thing you're investing in. Fire that arrow straight and true, and trust that you will receive. I don't think this is going to be something where you're not going to be empty-handed, okay? Far from it, far from it. I think you're going to be seen. I want to draw more cards for you, beautiful souls. I want to know more about it, how it's going to work out, where this is taking you. Let's ask for more information for our beautiful, beautiful pile ones. May we have more information about the month of June for our beautiful pile ones. Okay, Ace of Coins, right. So this is indicating, really, I think this is much more of a work project than love, a relationship type of thing. I think this is much more a creative venture, a work project. Yeah, it could also be health related. It's the kind of physical stuff. But Ace of Coins, I almost want to say, I don't know if you guys ever saw, there was a program, I don't think it's still on anymore, though it may be, and I don't watch so much mainstream TV in that way these days, but there was a program called Mastermind, and they would start a question, and the way the show kind of worked, there was a point where they'd say, if the bell went, like they'd have their timer, and the bell would go, and the person posing the questions, he always would say, I've started, so I'll finish. So the person answering the questions, the person sitting in the master seat, would have an opportunity to hear that last question and answer it, even if the bell went. That's what he'd say, I've started, so I'll finish. And that's what I'm hearing. I've started, so I'll finish. Okay? I've started, so I'll finish. Pile one, you've started something. Hold on to that. I've started, so I'll finish. Even if you're not immediately seeing the results, You're going to, and you're going to see that shift and that turn take place in this month of June. Whatever you are investing in. So again, if you are with your health, for example, if you are trying to navigate a new health program or a health regime, I've started, so I'll finish. See it through. Don't give up too early. See it through. You'll reach that point where you get the rewards, you get the results. Okay, what else do we see? Page of Wands. Okay, and then we also have the Seven of Cups. How interesting. I kind of want to say, look at the abundance of choices. Kind of want to say, look at the abundance of choices this is creating for you. The abundance of stuff, the wealth of stuff for you. There is so much potential in what you are doing. So much potential. What's going to happen is you'll reach a point where it's like, yeah, I've started, so I'll finish. Laying those foundations, and then you will reach a point in the middle of the month when you'll know exactly how to move it forwards, to continue its growth. And you will see rewards. You're going to see rewards for this. How interesting. Okay. I would also say this is something you feel very passionate about. You know, like if you start doing something and you, what's that saying? You know, it's like what gets you up in the morning. You know, when you wake up and you want to get up because you can't wait to get to work. You can't wait to get back out there on that new health regime. If you've taken up running or you're going to the gym, you get to the point where you just can't wait to do more of it. It's like you've got the bit between your teeth and you're fired up, and you can begin to see, you literally are going to begin to see the phenomenal potential in what you're doing. You begin to see the results. You begin to see this is really taking you somewhere. So going from this place where you feel like you're just working your socks off, housekeeping, and you think it's never going to go anywhere. Will this ever come to fruition? Is this really going to work? Will I ever really, I don't know, stick at this diet for long enough, or stick to my exercise regime long enough, or to really see anything coming from it? Will I actually finish this book? Will this project ever move forwards? Will this company ever form? Will my new YouTube channel ever take off? Yes. Yes, yes, and more yes. May we have more cards for our beautiful... Ooh. We have the Two of Wands. Oh my goodness me. Yes, 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 and more yes. There is huge potential here. There is huge potential. I think it's quite interesting because I think you will get to the point in the month of June. There'll be that turning point, my beautiful souls. I do think you will get to the point when it's kind of like, wow, this could give you the world. And that sort of almost, gosh, wow, I can't quite believe this is real. I'm really going to need to run with this. Okay, so we've got Ace of Wands, we've got Two of Wands. It's kind of like this progression. You're going to visibly see, that's the owl here, you're going to visibly see the real potential in this. I think it will be bigger than you realized, okay? I think it's going, I'm not saying it will reach its ultimate bigness during the month of June, but I think you'll see the huge potential that comes with this. May we have another card for pile one, please? May we have another card for pile one, please? Well, we could not, we couldn't have asked for a greater confirmation. King of Wands. Yes, this is really, Wow, I mean, this is phenomenal. Yeah, it does feel like it's a work or a health or a much more that kind of stuff. This is huge. Beautiful souls, please remember us. Please remember the lovely little Moon Magic Tarot channel when you get to that point of major success. We love you anyway, to be fair, but wow, you know, when you make your fame and fortune, which it feels like you will, or certainly your fortune, your sense of abundance, your sense of satisfaction. Pile 1, this is a really amazing month for you. I will say genuinely at the beginning, the first couple of weeks, lots of hard work. Lots of feeling like you're putting in the hours and you're not seeing the rewards. But honestly, it's so close to you. Look at the difference in these two cards here. Look at this window with this sort of winter scene through it, you know. And then what we have here is a window with a dove coming in, bringing this potential and this castle here. It literally is, it's just the tangible success is just out of sight. You kind of sort of know it, and you really want to make this happen. You want to do that health regime. You want to invest in that business, whatever it is, but it's not quite visible to you yet. I think you know it has the potential, which is why you're doing it. There's a real dedicatedness to this wolf energy, that dedication, that commitment, that loyalty to commit to something and stick to it. But right now, you don't know whether it's really going to succeed or not. And I do think there'll be the odd wobble. But your reading is here to really reassure you that the results are coming. And what is absolutely gorgeous is that they are coming, or the initial results are coming. In this month, you're going to be seen. Whatever you're doing is visibly seen. It's noticeable, it becomes tangible, it emerges, and you're like, wow, this really is taking off. This really is going to bring me the success that I want. This really is actually bringing the abundance, bringing that sense of incredible satisfaction that I have been desiring. Beautiful Pile 1. I am loving your reading. I mean, I just am loving it. Beautiful souls, I am wishing you all of the best. Remember, the first 2 weeks are potentially just going to feel like a bit of a hard work, but my goodness me, you are going to achieve that happiness. It's like you can leave behind a world of getting by, a world of lack, actually. You know, Cinderella moved from a place of lack, a place where she was just a servant in her own house kind of thing, to a place where, you know, she becomes princess and then presumably later the queen to the king. Yeah, this is the key to your inheritance, your gain, your wealth, your abundance. And the turning point where you visibly see this possibility happening in real terms is happening this month. So persevere. Remove any aspect of self-doubt or lack of confidence and go for it, my beautiful Pile 1. Super souls, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, for being a part of the Moon Magic community here. All of these things help me to continue to put free stuff into the world. I'm so grateful for you being here. It is an honor to be reading for you, and I am seeing so much success coming for you. So just navigate those first 2 weeks, because there is this incredible turning point. And honestly, you're going to be beaming from ear to ear. I feel like I am beaming from ear to ear, really interestingly, just sitting in this turning point, this energy of massive potential that really starts to take off. Beautiful souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I look forward to seeing you for other readings. Tons and tons of love to you. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon as well if you'd like to get notification of any of my readings as soon as I post them. Tons and tons of love to you. Hey pile 2, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. You have the Angel of Health, the Lizard. This is like entering the dream time, and you also have this beautiful angel wing with the rose. This is a symbol of liberty, virtue, goodness. With the blank rune and the Angel of Health, I actually feel you're going to potentially be turning a corner with possibly some kind of a health issue, or someone you know may be turning a corner, but that in turn then affects your own health and well-being as well. Let's draw more cards for pile 2. We are asking what is happening for my beautiful pile 2 people in June. May we ask what's happening for my pile 2 people in June? I am actually seeing this and this for you. Let's draw some more cards as well. I am seeing this one, and may we, yes, definitely that one. I thought it was. Okay, and I'm going to dive straight into some tarot cards as well, please. May we have tarot cards for my beautiful 1, 2, and 3. May we have beautiful pile 2 cards, please, and find out what is happening for them in June. How interesting. I think we have an extra card for you here. Yes, we do. How interesting. I feel like they came out in 2 lots, so I'm going to place them here and we'll have a check-in on those in just a minute. So first of all, we have the Ladybug and Sweet Pea, happiness. How heavenly. The Bear and Cedar, leadership. Okay, this is very interesting because bear energy in the medicine wheel is the energy of the West. It's a completion, it's an ending. How interesting, leadership. And cedar it's an energy that helps to cleanse, to release. I think there's going to be a turning point in some kind of health issue. You've been waiting for this. It's been lingering. Something that you haven't been able to recover from very quickly, or that somebody else you know hasn't been able to recover from. I feel like you've been in this space of waiting for something. Yeah, look at this, talisman and cleaning house. Yeah, you've been, how interesting, this came out in reading 1 as well. But you've been biding your time. That's what I feel like. You've been biding your time, waiting for something to show you the way, waiting for an opening, waiting for an opportunity. And this is the point, I think, in June, it's going to happen. We're going to see that turning point. I have to say, if you have been experiencing anything that hasn't been moving forwards, you know, when that's lovely saying when we say luck is on your side, it is as if the tables turn, the tides turn, luck is on your side, things start to move forwards. You're freed from things that are not working, the path becomes clear. I do think you've been biding your time, but it is as if there's suddenly an opportunity for something to move forwards, to streamline forwards, all of a sudden, just when you kind of thought it would never happen, or you've been, yeah, I think you've been biding your time is the right way, the right word, I think. Let's have a look and see what else we have for you, pile 2. 5 of Hearts. Okay, we then have Child of Hearts and the Emperor's New Clothes. Okay, let's place those cards here for you. And then we have Little Red Cap, which is the card of the Fool. We have 9 of Wands and Guardian Angel. Okay. Let's place those and see, make sure we can see them all in our camera. Yes, we can. Okay, my beautiful souls. So my beautiful pile 2, what I'm really seeing in the 5 of Hearts here, this is the 5 of Cups in a traditional pack. Something is really getting you down, you're concerned, you've been feeling as if something isn't going to move forwards. You know, almost as if, yeah, there is that sense of, and I think that's probably with you, unless you're watching this in the middle of June, in which case things may well have been moved on. But we are asking right here and right now, what is happening for you in June? I'm seeing at the moment there is a situation around you. Now, it could be your health, it could be a family member, it could even be a child. But there's someone around you, or you yourself, where you're sort of feeling like you've been put on hold, or you haven't been able to find the right solution. Now, this is going to change. This circumstance, this situation is going to move forwards. Interestingly enough, I think something will become very, very clear to you. Okay, with the Emperor's New Cards, this is the card of the Emperor in a traditional pack. And we have Goldilocks here, Child of Hearts. This is the Page of Cups in a traditional pack, which is why I said there may be a child involved in it could be, there's some aspect potentially of yourself or family around you, or a close friend or community. It's that sense of the people we love who are close by to us, whether that's blood family or the spiritual family you've chosen around you, your community, your friends. Someone around you is not okay, and something becomes very apparent to you in terms of why something hasn't been moving forwards. Okay, I mean, it may be that some piece of information didn't get through if you're waiting for an appointment, and it becomes apparent and you know what to do, you're able to do it. It may be you are seeing some aspect of you know, perhaps not even just physical health, but mental health, your emotional well-being. You suddenly see something with great clarity. And it's very interesting because I actually feel with this card of leadership, the bear and the cedar, along with Little Red Cap, which is the card of the Fool, this implies that you take a risk. You're prepared to step out of your comfort zone, step forth on the pathway. If you've been procrastinating around something because you feel like something you haven't felt quite ready, I think this is the point of readiness. You know, procrastination can also really undermine our own sense of personal health and well-being, our psychological well-being. This is shifting in this month. It could be physical, but there's something very personal to you in terms of you yourself or people immediately around you. Something changes, but you get to take charge. This is very interesting. You have a very specific role here. Look at the 9 of Wands here. We have birch trees here. Birch trees are symbolic of new beginnings. The birch tree is the first tree to reseed itself, to sprout, to resprout. If there is a forest fire, and a forest will of course begin again, the trees will resprout, and once some trees start, other trees come, and they build a community really quickly. We've got new beginnings. Birth is symbolic of new beginnings, of the birch tree, of the rune of Berkana, interestingly enough, that symbolizes birth, rebirth, emergence. There's a gateway to step through. And I think you are the person who in some way instigates that stepping into the new. You're the one that sort of leads the way. You step through the gateway. If somebody has been procrastinating or they haven't known which way to go, maybe you begin to see quite clearly that they can move forwards if they wish to. With the Emperor's New Cards, the Emperor's New Clothes, here I am, and that's quite a Freudian slip. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it. You know, it's quite interesting when we say something and it kind of it has a meaning in it. You see, I think there are, if we think about the cards that are on the table, so to speak, I honestly think you're going to see something clearly. in the story of The Emperor's New Clothes, it takes a child who's very innocent and very pure to state the obvious. And everybody's swept along by something. House cleaning, we're seeing sweeping here. Everyone is swept along by something, by a perspective, a perception, and then suddenly someone with great clarity says something and it changes everything. It creates a pathway, it creates a gateway. So if somebody isn't moving something forwards or something isn't coming through, I think you will be the instigator of kind of finding that solution actually and moving it forwards. So very, very interesting. Yeah, with the lizards, the dream time, and with this beautiful angel wing with the rose, liberty, virtue, goodness. I think you bring clarity to a situation and help to move it forwards. And I do think it connects to some aspect of well-being that is either for you or around you. If it's for you, I genuinely think you'll be liberated by the circumstances. If it's for someone else, I think you become almost the vessel of liberation because you see what needs to be done. The Guardian Angel card. Again, children, family involved here. That sense of family, connections, immediate community around you. The Guardian Angel is actually the Temperance card in a traditional pack. And Temperance card is about bringing in balance, creating a balanced perspective, a balanced view, and sometimes making really clear decisions, but with great compassion. And this card with the Guardian Angel would suggest that the route will become clear. The pathway forwards will become clear. The gate will be opened, but I think you're the one that somehow is integral in opening this gate. I think we need more information for you, beautiful pile 2. May we have more information. What is this about? What is this turning point? What is pile 2 sort of becoming the leader in? May we have more information for pile 2, please? May we have information for pile 2, my beautiful pile 2 people. Okay, so we have a card of celebration, the 3 of Cups, and this can sometimes indicate the birth of a child, an engagement. So we're seeing a genuine turning point where there is more to come. How beautiful. May we have more information, please. Well, I am muddling my words. Isn't that interesting? Lots of Freudian slips. I'm wondering if there is miscommunication taking place at the moment or missing information that stops something from moving forwards, and you become the person that can see this or takes an action that means that communication then arrives and something is then shifted and moved forwards. Yes, we have the Ace of Wands. So we're seeing things move ahead. I'm wondering with my muddling of my words, I always feel everything that happens in a reading is happening with purpose. Everything is a message, a sign. And then we have the card of Strength. Yes, I am seeing you coming in with some sort of warrior energy. It's like you hold the light. In a way, I think this could, for some of you, be a situation where if this isn't about you personally, I think people see you as the guardian angel. They see you as the person who shows the way. They see you as the person who can tell them how to move forwards, to navigate forwards through and beyond something. You hold the light, you hold the positivity, you hold the solutions. You see clearly what needs to be done, and you're prepared to step through the gateway and make it happen. I think you become a bit of a hero, actually. Yes. 5 of Swords. How interesting. 5 of Hearts, 5 of Swords. May we have another card for my pile 2, please? May we have another card for my pile 2, please? Okay, this is interesting. We actually have more than one card. So the card that's shown itself is the Nine of Pentacles. It's very interesting. I do feel that something has been at a stalemate. It's not been moving forwards, and this is the point where you kind of take up the challenge and move it forwards. You can see what needs to be done. You can see why it needs to be done. You can see how it needs to be done. It is interesting with the Talisman card. I see you walking away in the same way that we see this in the Five of Swords. We see the card of the Star, and look at this, we have the Six of Wands, which is a card of, these are the other two that just came out there. We see the Star and we see the Six of Wands, which is a card of success. Right. Yeah, you are actually the person in this month. There is a certain situation around you. It's family, friends, community, it's immediate. And you are the person who becomes that guardian angel. You are the person who holds the key to moving something forwards, to knowing what to do. You become the leader in this scenario. You take up the challenge, or the whatever it is. It doesn't all feel like it's necessarily going to be majorly challenging. It's more that it removes something that was, it stops something from being stuck. Something that was stuck becomes unstuck, and you are either the person who initiates that, or you are the person who picks up the baton and leads. You become the light, the reference point to hope, the reference point. Look at you picking up that staff, picking up that staff, picking up the baton and saying, we'll move forwards here. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to take action. We're no longer going to procrastinate. We're not hanging around here. And there's a real sense of self-esteem, my beautiful souls. A real sense of self-esteem in this card. Yeah, people look to you to take this forwards. And if there's been any form of deceit, or you know, in any stuff that's been in the bit that's currently on hold, because I say that because I'm doing this reading obviously during May before we get to June, but anything that has not been visible, that has also contributed to something not being moved forwards, or if somebody's been deceitful or creating a bit of a delusion or causing a problem and making something stand still because for whatever reason, their own agenda or whatever, you're the one that's, it becomes obvious and you can see it. It comes to light. You move it forwards. I'm seeing vast amounts of success on your part here. That sense of liberation. Not just for you. There is an interesting flavour of liberation here. It's liberation and strength, self-esteem, self-value, moving something forward. You know, when you pick up the baton, you run with it, and you know that whatever this is about, for your family, for your friends, for your community, for someone you love, even if you have risen through a challenge, a health challenge, and you step up, I think you will be seen. In fact, that reminds me, my darlings, what I have not done, of course, is brought back into your reading, goodness me, the charm of the owl. This was drawn for both reading 1 and reading 2. Of course, you're going to be seen. Yes, you are that leader, you are that person that picks up the baton and runs with it. Any delusions will be broken through. Anything that has previously been hidden from view, you're the one that will see it, and you pick up the baton, you run with it, and you will be seen to be that decency, that virtuous voice, that good person, the person who deserves to be celebrated. Whether it is family, or if you overcome like a personal health issue, if you've been struggling with a health issue, I think not only do you reach that turning point through your own determination, but other people see you and you become inspirational. It's when you come through something and other people think, well, gosh, if you can do it, so can I. So you are seen to come through and emerge, and you become that leader, that person that people want to follow. There's so much loveliness, light, decency, goodness coming through in you. I really do feel it's like the very best of you gets seen. And the delightfulness of your reading, pile 2, is that not only does the loveliness of you get seen, but on top of that, you're benefiting others as well. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, the ladybug and sweet pea, happiness. The ladybug it brings good luck. And sweet peas climb and they smell delicious. Their scent is heavenly. It really does feel as if you climb to be seen, and your sweetness and your light is seen. Your loveliness, your kindness, your compassion. Temperance is all about kindness, compassion. Yeah, anything that has not been moving forwards will shift in June. And yeah, and you will be seen for who you really are, and you will be picking up the baton, moving forwards to a place of success, carrying hope, light, love, and this is going to affect more than just you. It feels like a real sense of personal validation, and I want to say gratification as well, but in a really beautifully lovely, kind of quite humble way as well. It's not a big ego trip of, "Dana, aren't I wonderful?" It's actually a really, really real heavenly acknowledgement and validation of who you are. And whatever has been stuck, held, not happening, disappointing even, where you haven't maybe even been able to have your fair share, or very interesting energy around this Emperor's New Clothes, where people are a little bit deceptive, whatever that is about, it's part of that beautiful spiritual journey. It's the spiritual journey of emergence, of who you are, coming into your own. Beautiful souls, this is the stuff of real growth, and it's absolutely beautiful and it's absolutely gorgeous. Greatest respect and honour to you, because it just feels you get this gorgeous recognition in the most lovely, lovely, humble and very real way in the immediacy of your world, and I'm loving it. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. And you know, if you would like to get any more of my readings as I post them, I do post a few times a week usually, do subscribe and press the little bell icon. And thank you for all of you who already are subscribed, for liking, sharing, subscribing. It really does help me to continue to put stuff, you know, free stuff into the world, and to yeah, just to keep doing what I do and hopefully helping people. So thank you so much for being here and supporting the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Beautiful souls, I am sending you all the love in the world, and I look forward to seeing you soon for another reading. Hey, my beautiful pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the Angel of Remembrance, and we have Berkana. This is about a new phase of growth, a new life almost. We have this key with the skull. This is like the key that opens any doorway, okay? It's not just one door, it's any doorway. With this skull, this is about new beginnings, but it's about the passing over from one phase of life to another. And with the leaf, we are shown fertility. Now, it's very interesting. If I just hold up this card as well, can you see literally just here, we have a ladybug. Ladybugs are about good luck. I do need to say, for any of you who have lost someone, this will not apply to everyone, but it will apply to some. For those of you, if you have lost someone and you've been drawn to this reading, that someone is saying to you, I am wishing you good luck on this new phase of your journey. Pick up this key. It is time for a new beginning. It is time to move through and forwards. And I would venture to say, actually, and this may apply to many, many of you, even if you are not in a space where you have relatively recently lost somebody or have lost someone and been mourning them, someone on the other side is wishing you well at this point in a new phase of your life. I feel like I've got a crowd of ancestors standing behind me, wishing you well, urging you to move forward, saying to you, luck is on your side. It's time to open the key to every door of possibility. Very, very strong energy coming through for you. So we are asking what is happening for you in June. I am guessing maybe opportunities with doorways opening. Let us please ask for pile 3, for my beautiful pile 3. What is happening for pile 3 in June? Now this is too many cards. I'm going to take the one on the top and the one on the bottom there. Let us have a quick look. In fact, let's just draw a couple more first from another pack. I'm going to actually draw your cards first, I think. May I have more information for my beautiful pile 3s, please? May I have another card for my pile 3s? Okay, and I'm actually going to draw your tarot cards too. May we have information, please, for my pile 3s? May we have information, what is happening in June for my pile 3s? I am actually seeing this one. So what do we have in your cards today? So we have the quail and gooseberry, anticipation, wonderful. We have the wolf and rosehip, guardianship. How interesting. This is about loyalty. Okay, some of you have had a loyalty. For those of you that have lost somebody, you've had a loyalty to someone, and it's really tough, isn't it? If we have lost someone and we're moving through transition, it's really hard to feel that we can shift to a space where we can consider love with someone else. Now that's not going to apply to everyone, but there is an energy around you. We have deep freeze and gentle gardener. There is an energy around you in June where I think you are going to begin to see possibilities, anticipation of moving through and beyond a situation that has involved some sort of loss or transition. So for some, that's a genuine bereavement, but for others, it is a different kind of situation. But for all of you, something has been, something to which you had a loyalty stopped you from, it kind of stopped you in your tracks, the deep freeze. Literally, it stopped you in your tracks. It's like time was frozen. It's now time to to start to hatch again, really, to have anticipation of possibility. This is the energy for you in June. I think potentially not just the energy of new beginnings, Berkana, the potential for growth. We have this beautiful leaf, but I feel like specific doorways may well be opening for you. What do we have here? 7 of Wands. This is a beautiful card. This is about realigning your chakras, and it's like a card that speaks of Kundalini energy rising. So energy rising again, coming out of a deep freeze, coming out of a space where you felt you would never be able to move forwards. Too much grief, too much difficulty. 7 of Wands. This is rising. Then we have 8 of Wands, which is a magnificent card to have too. Look at that Kundalini energy rising, refinding your energy, refinding your vitality, daring to believe again, anticipation. Yeah, you've been really patient. We have the 7 of Crystals, we have the 9 of Crystals, and we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, this is the point. June is the point where I think you are being, I guess, invited. I sort of feel anyway, it's the point where basically you shift from a space where you feel something wasn't really possible to a space where you suddenly realize actually it is possible. Something's going to come along that is going to light your fire. You're going to be shown something. Maybe it's a community of people that come in, you join something and you think you dare to step out and join something, and it enables you to get into that zone where you can move through and beyond something. You can start to live again. You can start to have again things that you would wistfully have dreamed of, a future. You'll begin to see that a future is possible that's different for you. And I'm really thrilled for this. It was really interesting, this beautiful charm of the skull. It always for me symbolizes Aries. It's like a sheep's skull. You know, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's a new beginning. When we move from Pisces into Aries, we're shifting from one astrological year into the next, a new astrological calendar, a new phase of growth. With the Seven of Crystals sitting here in the middle of your reading, pile 3, I do feel what you might find in the middle is that you're in this sort of space of, you get a flavour of anticipation of what you might want, and then what you'll need to be navigating is something of the psychological and emotional elements of transition, where you step from a space where everything felt as though it was basically time had stood still for you, to a space where you can start to emerge. When this happens, it tends to bring up quite a lot of interesting emotions, and sometimes we see them as negative. I'm really feeling like I want to voice this from a psychological and emotional perspective, because when you shift from something that has felt stuck, even if you wanted to move forwards so much, it inevitably raises emotions that are to do with leaving something behind. Bereavement is one example. I'll give you more than one. If you've lost somebody, when you start to shift and move forwards to a space of anticipation, often what will surface are feelings of guilt. It's almost like, oh my goodness me, can I really allow myself to have that? It's almost like, gosh, if I have the new, will I forget the old? You know, if I allow myself the new person, am I betraying, you know, this sense of connection? Am I betraying the person that I used to love by allowing myself to love again? Actually, in reality, you are honouring the person you've lost. You know, we don't do the person we've loved and lost we do them a disservice if we don't step into life and live to the absolute fullest on behalf of them. So I feel there's this space of remembering, okay, for some of you, it could be a bereavement. For others, if it's not about bereavement, it may be the loss of something, whereby a situation that felt stuck, you are now moving forwards. And you know, sometimes, let's say you're moving from a space of lack to a space of abundance. 9 of Crystals. This is like Christmas Eve. All these stockings are waiting to be filled. You move from a space of lack to a space of abundance. And again, there's that sense of, gosh, there are other people in the world who don't have very much. Can I really have this? Should I allow myself to have this? Or if you're a very, well, you wouldn't be watching this reading if you weren't a very spiritual person. You're a very spiritual person. There's all that sort of, you know, there's guilt around, actually, can I really have something when other people don't? You know, perhaps I shouldn't allow myself to have this. Well, yes, you can allow yourself to have that, because actually, do you know, if really decent, wonderful spiritual people had the bulk of the wealth in the world would be a much better place, because we'd all spend it very wisely. You know, we'd actually think about how we could use it properly, well. So actually, you know, take an ownership of this. You can have this. There's some kind of a shift here within your energy of taking up this key full of possibility, full of potential, and navigating the emotional shift. I remember speaking with somebody in a group that I was working in when I was working full-time in psychotherapy and stuff, in a group, and this person said, and I remember thinking it was so interesting, he said, I don't really understand why I'm having days where I feel melancholy, because I have moved beyond something. You know, he was so tangled actually in a history of abuse, and he had really been tied in that. He suddenly was able to move forwards, to shift away from those awful memories to a place where his life was thriving. And he just said, I don't understand why I have days of sadness. I should be celebrating all the way. And actually there's a shift in that sadness, because we have to grieve for what we didn't get, for what we didn't have, for what went wrong. So there's an element of remembrance within that shift. And I'm just giving you just a few examples. If you are new to me, beautiful pile 3 people, I have a completely free online library. I'll put the link, I always put all the links in the description box. It's called the A to Z of Emotional Health, and it's completely free. It will always be a completely free resource. It's why I created it, to share this kind of information. And I think it's in the Psychology of Emotion section of the library. There's also a big section on bereavement, with all the different stages of bereavement and loss and moving through and beyond that. But in the Psychology of Emotion, there's a couple of audios. One is the wobble of change, and the other is the sadness of moving forwards. And those audios really tackle exactly this. There's loads and loads. It's just a wealth of stuff there to help people. It's totally free, with all of the emotional stuff that we deal with when we are navigating the stuff of real life, which is not always easy. So my beautiful pile 3 people, I am seeing a massive turning point here for you. I'm going to draw more cards for you. Anticipation. Something is coming in that you're going to see. Look at this owl sitting here, that you're going to see. You might even go to something and look and see other people doing something or having something, and you might look at them and think, do you know, I'd really like to do that. And again, you might then think, oh, but can I really allow myself to do that? And actually the answer is yes. And Angel of Remembrance, what I said right at the beginning, and this does apply to all of you. I feel like I have a ton of people sitting here with me. It's like I'm sitting in a circle of family, relatives, friends, ancestors, who are all saying, we're rooting for you. It's time to pick up this key and use it. If a door is shown to you, open it, take it. You don't have to feel bad. You'll never forget us, and we will never forget you. They're rooting for you to move forwards. Look how these candles in a row on an altar have moved from the altar to the Christmas tree. And now you can start to rewrite your future. 7 of Swords. Start to get clear on what you wish to vision in for yourself. Anticipation. Gentle Gardener. These eggs are hatching. Eggs of possibility. May I have more information, please, for the month of June? Although I'm seeing very clearly what is happening for you guys in the month of June, but may we please have more information, confirmations, reassurances, sneaky peek into the future, anything you wish to share with us for my beautiful pile 3s, please. Anything you wish to share with me for the beautiful pile 3s who are tuned in to this reading. May we have more information, please. Okay, let us look at these first. So, Page of Coins. Okay, how interesting. Look at this. We have the Page of Coins, and then we have the Queen of Coins. Then we have the 4 of Wands, and then we have the Hermit. Okay, I'm going to just I'm going to draw one more card. I thought there was another card to come, and there absolutely is. There it is. Yes, Two of Cups. I might have known. You couldn't write it really, could you? Okay. How heavenly. How heavenly. Right. If you've come from any form of a breakup or a loss of a loved one, it's time to allow yourself to receive. I'm seeing somebody coming in offering you something, Page of Coins. And the Queen of Coins, she allows herself to receive this. Here it is, someone holding it up, whether you see an opportunity, a doorway to walk through, because you see someone having something. But this is about you literally allowing yourself to receive. The coin is shifting from the offer to you, holding it. And look at this, the Four of Wands. This is a card of celebration. It can literally indicate a new relationship, that point where, you know, if you're dating, for example, and tentatively going forwards, it can indicate the point where someone actually says, look, you know, let's date exclusively. Or if you are dating and you've been unsure, let's move it forwards. We've got the Two of Cups. If it's an offer of anything that takes you back into the world and the fullness of life, of love, it's time to move away from that space of aloneness and embrace partnership, embrace connection. My beautiful pile threes, it is really, really clear. I do see you having that hesitation, almost like, can I dare to allow myself? Can I dare to believe? Again, with bereavement, often as we move forwards, I'm going back to this, and it doesn't apply to all of you, but if you think about bereavement as being a loss of one space and the movement to another, you know, when we move house, let's say, or we relocate, there is actually a form of, it's not technically a bereavement, but it's a loss. We're letting go of one chapter, moving to another. And so there's it's nothing like, you know, the loss of a human being, of someone we love, but nevertheless, there's a strong underlying flow of certain emotions that we experience through certain life experiences. And the Hermit card, I am seeing you have that wobble of doubt. You know, can I really believe this will work out? If you've lost somebody or had a difficult experience, a traumatic experience, loss is traumatic. Any loss can be traumatic. Something that didn't work out, very disappointing. It's traumatic, it leaves a scar. There'll be a part of you thinking, you know, maybe, can I dare to allow myself to have something? Because it'll all go wrong again. You know, I also in my sort of psychology stuff wrote a book called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness. That book will teach you to understand your most difficult emotions as a source of empowerment. If you've experienced a disappointment is actually a really important emotion. It gives you information. And, you know, it will support you if you understand how to use that energy, how to use that emotion to move forwards and beyond a challenge, rather than going over and over. I mean, what I have found I worked for 28 years full time in this field. Certain emotions they trigger certain thinking patterns. They're very specific. Disappointment, it tends to be all the good ones are gone, it'll never happen to me, da 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 da. Whereas anxiety results in the sort of what I would call the what if thinking, where we catastrophize in advance in order to try and control the outcome because we're so terrified and fearful of it going wrong. Sometimes we have an amalgamation of lots of different difficult emotions that contribute to a kind of a whole set of thinking patterns. That book will actually teach you to sort those things out. It's really, really empowering, truly. One of those, I hope, books, and you know, a lot of feedback I've had from it, so thank you for those of you who've read it. But that book will literally teach you there are exercises to move through this and understand your emotions as a source of empowerment, so you can free yourself from those patterns. And I do think you'll have a wobble, but my goodness me, look at the connection here, the connectivity with life, the love, the joy, the celebration. This is a very significant turning point for you, my beautiful pile threes. Someone offering you something, And we are seeing that it creates a window of new beginnings, of new possibilities, the potential for a future that you once thought was frozen in time and would never emerge. My beautiful souls, I am sending you the biggest hug in the world. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. All of these things really do help to support the channel. Thank you for joining me for this reading. I am wishing you the most amazing June. I can see genuinely a little bit of a wobble here and there. Remember to touch base with any of the readings I'm doing, and of course the library and so on. The readings that I do, there's a ton of readings out there already, timeless readings where I ask specific questions, and I always do a reading every Sunday where we ask Spirit for immediate guidance, right here, right now, time sensitive, what do you need to know, and can Spirit assist you in navigating how you are in that given moment and the coming week. This is an every Sunday reading that I do for immediate guidance. Obviously this is a different one, and this is about what's happening for you in June, but do check out those readings. And if you want to get notification as soon as I post, obviously you can always check in on the Moon Magic Tarot channel whenever you log into YouTube, but hopefully if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you'll be able to get the videos as soon as I upload them. My beautiful pile threes, I am totally rooting for you, as are the circle of people sitting around me, speaking to you so clearly, like literally they are, just as this card is here. Look at these people just sitting around, watching you, supporting you, with you, rooting for you. You are really loved, my beautiful souls. You are really loved. And as I said right at the beginning, you know, we don't do those we've loved and lost any service if we don't step back into life and live in honor of them to the absolute fullest. And that's a really big part of this reading. Gosh, the temperature has just dropped in here, and the hairs on my body are all standing on end. This really does happen when we get such a strong presence of people around us. You are loved, and people walk alongside you who absolutely adore you. Beautiful souls, step up, let those eggs hatch gently and begin to anticipate all of the possibilities, the love that is there for you. There's an offer coming, so however that lands in your world, it's yours for the taking. Tons of love to you, pile three. I look forward to seeing you for another reading soon.